Now let's go ahead and talk about the LLC. Miguel, you mentioned something about maybe starting right off with an LLC. That's a question you had for me, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if since you guys are thinking about this long term, I would definitely recommend starting an LLC. You can easily start an LLC and not go through so much trouble by using here. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys again, okay? As soon as my screen shows, let me know that you guys can see my screen. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so for example, like I'll go on Google and type in Taylor Brands here. And Taylor Brand is basically a website that'll literally take you step by step so that you guys can start your LLC. Taylor Brands is one of them. They have another one called LegalZoom. This wasn't very popular when I first got started with my LLC, but because a lot of people are starting LLCs, someone wants to capitalize on that and provide a solution. So Taylor Brands is one of them, and LegalZoom is another one. Zen Business is another one, but you guys go ahead and check out Taylor Brands when you guys get a minute as far as the LLC goes. And then from there, you guys are going to have to go over the IRS website right here and get what's called an EIN number. The EIN number is going to look something like this here. Employer Identification Number. This is my EIN number right here. You'll get that from the IRS. Now, it's good that you guys are starting to think, long term, LLC, should I do it? Should I not? There's a lot of benefits in the LLC because what happens next, Miguel and Jasmine, is that you need to start a business account with your LLC with whatever preferred bank you guys want to bank with. As soon as you get started with your LLC, you have that EIN, and then you open up the business account with your bank is probably going to ask you, hey, do you guys want to apply for business credit or a business credit card? And if I was in your position, I would say, yes, we want to go ahead and apply for business credit because the faster you can start building your business credit, the more funds you have accessible. And when these grants come out, and there's always grants for small businesses, you guys want to take advantage of some of this money. You guys are basically going to get sometimes even for free because sometimes you don't have to pay back these grants. It's just free money. But you guys have to be a legit LLC business. They have to see your tax ID. They have to see that there's bank statements and they want paper trail. So, yes, it's highly recommended you guys do come up with an LLC and then just move forward with the LLC because the LLC is going to be a long-term investment. When you have business credit from personal credit is very different. An LLC credit, you can rank quicker and you can gain what's it called? You can get a better business credit. It just the formula is different from individual. So if you guys already have decent credit as individuals, and then you start your LLC, because your LLC is going to be under a year old, sometimes they'll ask for a personal guarantor or a personal guarantee, which they want you guys to back up that loan or a certain credit card if you guys default on it. So yes, definitely rock out with an LLC. That way you can start building business credit right away and you guys are not using your own money for certain things such as expansion goes.
You're gonna touch on that, David.
What's that?
I have a question
Yeah.
somewhere in our notes that is you. I just want to touch on that. So once we obtain a business credit card,
Yeah.
um, would you suggest that all the purchases that we need to make that we just hold off until we get that business account and then do it there?
Yeah, so
Go
if you
into
guys, yeah, if you guys
personal.
go ahead.
I said, or go into our personal budget.
So when you guys first start a business on your first year of starting an LLC, when you talk to your accountant or your CPA, you're gonna have a write-off for whatever money you took to start a business. So say for example you start off with $20,000. That $20,000 is gonna be a write-off because that money was taken to start the business. It's a startup cost, and this is only for the very first year when you first start your business. And I'm not an expert, but I do know this, so I'm sharing it with you guys because it's a very important to know this. Now, your question: should we wait for the credit card? I personally, if I was in your position, and you guys have absolutely no rush, which means like we got to get started by September the 20th. We have to. If you guys move at a steady pace, but as long as you guys are moving forward and doing all your diligence and collecting the right information, you guys are gonna start. You guys are making chess moves. You guys are making moves that are calculated and based off information and not just hopes and aspirations. So as you guys move forward, this is what I would do. If you guys uh, apply for a business credit card, for example, whether it's with Chase, whether it's Bank of America, or any other company, maybe a union, whatever it is, sometimes they have these credit business cards that have zero APR introduction rate. And on top of that, they have promotions where if you spend $1,500, they'll give you $300 credit for spending $1,500 within, I believe, 3 to 6 months. It just depends on the promotion that they're having going on, right? So if you guys already have your money in the bank account, you have your budget, I would say take advantage of the points on the credit card or the promo, use the credit card, and make payments towards your credit card using your personal money, because that's, even though that's the budget for the business, you do want to take advantage of the credit card, because now you guys are using the credit card, you guys are getting points, you guys are going to get that promo and bank on those $300 or $500, whatever promo they have going on. And on top of that, now that you have a business, it shows that the business now has transactions. And you have transactions, you're using money, but you're paying the money on time. So every payment is good for your credit score, because now you guys are building your credit versus just going out there and say, you know what, Miguel, I'm just using my business, my personal card, swipe it, that's it. Like, you, that's not the way to go about it, because it's your business, right? So I would recommend using the business card if you guys get qualified for a business card. Jasmine, to answer your question. And if
So
I
then
say, and
that's
if I say something you guys are not very clear on, please say, like, if I can elaborate or expand on that, please, like, or if I'm talking too fast, also let me
No,
know.
no,
no,
you're,
no.
we like it.
Yeah, everything you're saying, yep, we get it.
So yeah, definitely take advantage of any promos they have going on as far as business credit cards go. Okay, guys. Yeah, and that business credit card, it's sometimes better to have that in the very early stage of your business versus down the line when when you already opened up the bank account and now you're trying to get a business credit card with another bank. Sometimes it's better if you do it right there and then with that same representative. It saves you time.
Okay. Um, so kind of a random question, just out of curiosity, because I like to ask small business owners, how did you come up with your name?
So my name is actually, for my LLC. The name is Canary Capital Ventures, and I named it Canary Capital Ventures because that name alone is very universal. Now, when you guys start off your LLC, remember, we're thinking long term. So your
Right.
LLC can be called anything that you could think of. However, if you guys have the name concentrated on that one field, on that one type of business, then it doesn't leave enough room for expansion. If you guys expand as a party rental business, or you guys start doing big events where you guys bring lighting and atmosphere and start doing big events, and the 360 booth was just a stepping stone, and now you guys are doing your full blown marketing
When
party rental business.
we wouldn't want to change the name either because we
Exactly,
already
exactly, because
started
you
the
have to go through
process.
the filing. Yeah, so what you guys can do is think of a nice, solid name, and then you guys can always run a business under your LLC, and it can be doing business as, but it's under that LLC.
Good,
Okay.
DBA.
Exactly.
I think we come up with a name, but that was one of our questions. Like, should we include 360 or rental booths within the name itself? But given that we do want to expand and make it more of a photography company,
Mhm.
and then even after that, there's even bigger plans if we can make that work.
Yeah, and you guys, after you start bringing in revenue and you guys get an accountant or a good tax person, because it's an LLC, Jasmine can start a second business, and you guys can give each other business as well, which is interesting. And so hopefully there'll be space for more write-offs because you guys are two separate businesses, but you guys are reciprocating businesses and services. So that's another thing you guys can do. There's just so many ways to save money when it comes to taxes and write-offs and expenses and things like that. Let's see. And also, so okay, so the LLC is one thing. Now, as far as the LLC, do you guys want to cover anything else right now for the LLC?
No, I think it's pretty much.
Yeah, I think we're good on that.
Yeah, so like I said, those websites, LegalZoom, and the other two I shared, Taylor Brands, those will take you guys through the steps on how to start your LLC. Like they'll do all the heavy lifting for you. Uh,
Right. Actually, that person that I spoke to today at work is in that field and had put up her own business, and I brought it up to her as a question as well, and I was asking her if I should get lawyers involved and whatnot. She's like, no, don't even. We'll sit down in a couple days and we'll get it done together. So she's kind of gonna hold my hand through it.
Very cool. Yeah, man. Like like I said, your network is dope. Like there's no reason on why you shouldn't start your own business.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's becoming more and more apparent every day.
When he brought it up to me, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it was like I've been on a journey to find because being in the culinary business, it's just for one, it's draining. I've been in it for 25 years, and I've been a single father most of my life, and missed out on half of my son's life because of just the hours,
Mm.
holidays, weekends, nights, missing out on his accomplishments. So I had to make a move, and I ended up going to this place that I'm at, called the New England Pasta Company, and Beans Company, where we work with challenged kids that have mental challenge, or physically challenged. Half the staff is physical and mentally challenged, and the other staff are able people, and we all work together. It's a fulfilling thing, but I did take a pay cut to get more suitable hours for my son, and been looking to find that something that's gonna grab me because I don't want to just do anything. I have to be passionate about it. And recently, like getting the GoPro camera and seeing all this stuff, like 360 just started containing my mind, and then you popped up, and that was it.
You know, Miguel, the reason I got started with the 360 booth is because I'm the member in the family that was always recording at parties using my phones, using my
Yeah.
camera. And most of my family members found it annoying. Like, please don't record. And I'm thinking, like, why are you guys so against capturing these moments, right? And so that was just me. I was always recording. That was me behind the camera. And then when I learned about the 360 booth, I thought, what? That's amazing. And that's what got me going, like, if I can go to a party, record people, and add effects to the production and make decent money, I was like, that's that's fascinating. And that's what got me going is, just capturing the moment and then having it
Right.
to cherish for the rest of your life. So yeah, man, it's a I could definitely see why you're interested in the 360 booth. And then, like you said, you can expand and get different type of photo booths as well. What's another thing that we should go ahead and start talking about? Because we covered the LLC, right? And that's pretty much straightforward. Get the EIN and then start the business account and then take advantage of any promos as far as business credit cards go. Have you guys set a budget for your 360 booth business?
No,
Not yet.
Mhm.
Okay.
we
Well, the
haven't
good,
done that yet.
yeah,
I mean,
the good news
from
is,
listening to your videos and whatnot, I just felt that, like, 5 grand, we can do it.
yeah, I'll keep
But
keep
no,
it.
we didn't set.
Yeah. So definitely under 5 grand, you guys can get started. Under 5 grand. I'm even confident to say under 4 grand, you can get started. And the reason 4 grand is because suppliers are producing so many 360 booths that they're competing now. So us, the consumer, we have more leverage as far as getting better pricing on these 360 booths. So for example,
No.
I have a 100 centimeter booth, guys. The 100 centimeter holds 4 people quite comfortable. That's the 100 centimeter booth. I paid about 15, close to 1600 for it. That's including shipping directly to my door. Nowadays, you can probably get that same 360 booth for maybe $200 less. So you guys are jumping in at a good time because of the level of competition between suppliers and providers. Now,
Yeah.
I definitely go ahead, guys.
I had noticed in one of your videos recently that I'd seen that some people were getting a bunch of perks with it as well, like props and money guns and stuff like that, just to compete.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
Well, I wanted to ask you, do you know of a way we can generate a QR code for free? Is there like a website or do you have to pay for that? Like, how would you go about getting that?
so when you say QR code, Jasmine, what's the objective? What are you trying to use a QR code for exactly?
For marketing purposes,
For the
maybe
business.
for the
So,
business
so that QR code is going to take people where?
to our website.
So you do have a website or not yet?
No, no, I'm speaking like I'm talking in the
Oh,
future.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that, guys. And this is being recorded. So
Okay.
once we get off, this will render, it'll download, and then I can either upload it to YouTube where you guys can access it anytime, or I can send it to you guys personally. I want you guys to check this out.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna open up a website called Canva. You guys are gonna be really familiar with Canva in the very near future because this is where I make my overlays and marketing, anything Canva. This is what I use, okay? Now, if
I
I
work with that.
go, say that again for me, Jasmine.
I work with it at work. I just never knew you could do a QR code on here.
Okay, so let me show you how to do a QR code. You go into, just for the sake to keep this nice and short because I want to touch on other topics as well. Once you're here, right? Here, let me go back. I might have gone too fast. Okay, so this is the page. This is a dashboard, right? And say we want to go just to logo, create blank, right? And if I'm going too fast, remember guys, you can circle back and check this out later, okay? So here I am right here, Jasmine, and then where it says QR code, right here left side. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so when I click on QR code, it takes me to this window, and now all I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in my website right here. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Okay, I'm gonna grab that. Move this window out to the side. And I'm gonna put it right in here. And I'm gonna go to paste and then generate that QR code. And now the QR code is right there. And you guys can put this QR code in your hats, your shirts, your mugs, your website, your phone. You can take a screenshot, you can print. So this is it. And now when you scan this QR code, do you guys have an extra phone with you guys there?
Yeah.
Can you, I wonder if this is big enough where you can scan the screen. But anyways, that's
Yeah.
how you, yeah, that's how you would do it. It took you to the website, Miguel?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yep.
nice. Very cool. So that's how you do it, Jasmine. Very fast, right?
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, QR codes are awesome. All right,
So
go ahead.
about marketing. Um, so once we had everything together, we had the idea. Well, for one, we're gonna have to rent a storage space because what we have for retail in the house just won't let us test it here. So we're thinking of getting a storage space and then set up like just a mock set in there and start filming some of our own videos, and then start incorporating it into our social media. Or should we already have our website established first?
Okay, so the website is definitely something you guys are going to need, especially so that other businesses, bigger corporations can take you guys seriously, right? Because every business has a website. Now, when you guys are first starting off, right now just focus on how easy are we going to make it for people to find our business for the service that we provide, because that's what we want. Is we want maximum online exposure. How are we going to do that? First of all, you guys have to get started with Google profile. You guys have to have a Google business profile. When you guys set up that business Google profile, right there within those settings, Google will ask you, hey, do you want us to generate a free website for you? Go ahead and use Google's free website. You can put in a couple of pictures, your contact information, your business hours, and even your rates. And you don't have to pay any money for that. And Google is essential for you to get those inquiries. So please take advantage of Google profile. You guys won't believe how many people started this business and to this day have not started their Google profile. So definitely Google profile is powerful because it's the major search engine when it comes to people looking for certain things, right? Like for example here, I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. Share screen again. You guys can see my screen. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. All right. So I'm just gonna type in Google here, and I'm gonna do an incognito window because if I do an incognito window, it doesn't have any information I typed in the past. So say someone's searching for iPhone repair in San Bernardino. That's where I live, right? See, this is one of my businesses right here, guys. I'm at the very top. And so this is why it's so important, because when people go on Google and they search, for example, they search 360 booth rental and then your city, my city, San Bernardino. See, I'm at the very top right here. That's my other business, right? The 360 photo booth. And that's what you guys want. You want Google to put your business right at the very top so that people just can go on here and call you guys or check out your Google website if you guys, take your time building an actual website, and make sure you have accurate information on here. The address. As you scroll down, make sure you guys have pictures and videos. If you guys don't have pictures and videos yet because you guys are barely starting off, don't be discouraged. I'll send you videos, I'll send you pictures that you guys can post on your Google profile, and then you can use those pictures later on when you build your website.
That's
So
awesome.
don't worry about not having content. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna hook you guys up with content, okay? So just wanted to show you
Appreciate
this because it's extremely important that you guys take advantage of building your Google profile. Now, I want you guys to also pay attention to how I worded and put this title on here. I put 360 photo booth rental. That's my main keyword right here, and then Canary Capital Rentals. For you guys can put 360 photo booth rental and then your city of where you're at. That way, when people are looking for that service and you guys have an address and say that person's 10 miles away, Google's gonna say, oh, there's a Miguel's and Jasmine's business match what they typed in, and then you guys will pop up. And the coolest part is that you guys don't have a lot of competition, so to get on the first page is gonna be easy, guys.
Good to know.
So definitely, please take advantage of that, and then also have everything matching your business name, your YouTube channel, your TikTok, your Instagram. All those social media handles should point to one another and should basically say like this is part of this because this matches across the board. And those are gonna act like backlinks, and then you guys can get higher ranking for your website. That's more on the marketing side. I can go on and on and on when it comes to the SEO marketing. Uh, but I feel like I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I want to kind of stick to the fundamentals first, right? So we talked about the LLC. We talked about the budget. It shouldn't exceed $4,000, and the type of booth that I'm using. And once you have the booth, now your next challenge is okay. Your situation is unique because your living space doesn't allow you to have your equipment in your household, right?
He's not to perform.
Right. So it's gonna be like, okay, well, our budget is gonna be a little different because we are gonna be paying a monthly fee for that storage. So
Initially,
Yeah.
say that again, Jasmine.
at least initially.
I'm sorry, say
Like
that.
at least in the beginning anyway.
Yeah, initially, so we can have like makeshift like parties just so that we can have footage.
Yeah,
Okay.
like we weren't expecting the offer that you just gave us, with,
Yeah.
some photos and footage. So we were kind of like, all right, we got to get everything and then get it all and set it up and do some photo shoots there.
Yeah, well, if your living room is big enough, you guys move some couches around, right? Some tables. You guys can get
Sure.
familiar with the functionality of the booth in your home, and then I'll send you videos and I'll send you pictures. You guys can trim those, add your logo, brand them, and use them to your advantage, guys.
Thank you. You know what I did notice I wanted to bring up really quickly is I kind of noticed the trend on Instagram only. Like I was looking up photo booths on Instagram,
Mhm.
and it didn't matter if it was in London, here, Texas. They would just put up like 2 photos and then stop. I don't know if it was like they found that another form of marketing was more important, or maybe they lost their momentum. But would you know what would trigger something like that?
Yeah, so the algorithm continues to evolve and it continues to get tricky because it wants you to continuously do one thing, and that's post consistently. That's never going to change. Now you post consistently, right? But you want people to engage with that post. So for example, do you guys follow me on Instagram by any chance?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I put a post on here. I think it was today or yesterday, and on the post it has an emoji with the question. Because what happens is if I just put the post with a bunch of hashtags and it gets views and it gets likes and it gets comments, that helps. But if I put a post, and then I have the option for people to ask a question, and they ask a question because they interacted with that. The algorithm takes note of that, and it pushes that more and more and more because it wants more people to engage and more people to spend time on the platform.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
I've noticed that TikTok experiment. I mean, we got a TikTok for our dog, and like I just been kind of trying to learn what hits and whatnot. And
yeah, and
yeah, anything that engages seems to be the more number creator.
engagement. So what's nice is that if you guys have the access to the same account, you guys can take turns posting and also commenting and stuff like that. I have to do everything on my own. I don't have a virtual assistant yet because I feel like this is still very organic, and a virtual assistant probably wouldn't know how to reply to certain things, and I don't really want to mess up that engagement. But you guys are going to be very knowledgeable, and it's like you guys have each other's back, which is great because you guys can be more consistent with your posting and things like that, while Miguel's working, and maybe Jasmine can reply for like half of that day and things like that. So consistency when it comes to social media, guys. And Jasmine, so some of those people, we don't know exactly what happened with them. A lot of people launch a business and they think Instagram is going to carry the weight to success for them. That's not fact. It could work, right? But you need a lot more than just that. And so you guys can start off with TikTok, you guys can start off with Facebook and all other social medias, and just copy and paste, and just be consistent. But remember, the power of Google and the power of YouTube combine as well. Have you guys seen any of my videos where I'll take a client's city and state and post a video on my YouTube channel, and then I'll go to Google and I'll look for that video, 360 photo booth, Bristol, Connecticut, and then it'll show up on Google's very first page on the top. Have you guys seen that?
I don't think I caught that one yet.
Yeah, so that's how powerful it is to have YouTube, guys, and it's free.
Yeah, I don't think we mentioned my son's also going to be involved in this because I mean,
You guys have a team.
wasn't even connected, but this almost what was it the day before he went off to college. Well, he's staying local, but started college, and he's majoring in what was the major exactly? So I can't remember the exact name, but it's within this business of photography, videography, just creating. So we also have him. He's very social media friendly. So we got more people to just post.
You guys can't lose, man. You guys just can't lose.
That's thank you for confirming that, because I felt the same way when he brought it to me. Our son's starting this venture as well. It's awesome. My daughter came up with the name yesterday.
Yeah, the whole family's involved. Just seems to be coming together. I mean, although we haven't officially started, but all the knowledge and advice, I feel like we have people in our corner to get us to the right spot. And we wanted to speak with you first because you're in the business before we start going to people that don't even understand the business.
I have had one-on-ones with people, and I kid you not, guys, a month later, because I become friends with them on Instagram, I add their business. I keep all of my people, my audience. I keep the community members. I follow them on Instagram, and it's interesting because I get to see people go from this phase right here, getting a consultation, getting details, and really mapping things out. And it's so cool when a month passes by and I see them post their videos on Instagram, and then every time they post, it gets better. Their production gets better, and then I talk to them, be like, "Yeah, no, man, I've been crazy busy," and I'm like, "Wow, that's for me. It's like that's my win, because I recalled where we got on this conversation, and they were kind of stuck trying to use touch picks, and they weren't very confident to move forward because what if I mess this up? What if this goes wrong and I'm not able to execute or provide the service? And we have a lot of doubt, Miguel, and sometimes I had a client today, and she's told me I've been on a funk. Like I don't know if I want to do this, I want to do that. But every time she would finish her sentence, it would be finished in doubt, and wasn't Sure, and it was full of uncertainty, and somewhat and in a negative realm of things. So
I,
I told her one thing I'm noticing is that everything that you've shared with me so far is somewhat based off of fear. And the more you talk about it, the more you go into this pit. And no one can take you out of there but you.
yeah, it's again goosebumps you for bringing that story up because that's part of my journey as well. And like I kind of fell into a rut because I had told myself, I'm gonna get out of this business. And the only help I had with my son at the time was my parents. And then shortly after I started moving towards something else, both of my parents passed away. So I kind of lost any help that I had. So I had to stay stable and financially stable for my son. So I planned that once he graduated, that's when I was going to let some wings fly beneath my wings and start taking some risks and leaps. So yeah, I was stuck in doubt, but at the same time, I was trying to stay safe. But
It's a yeah.
she, yeah, she pointed it out to me, and then as soon as this became a thing in my mind, I really felt like I became a different person. I felt good anxiety for the first time in I don't know how long. That pit in your stomach the night before Christmas. And
Mhm.
I hadn't felt that in years. And when your video, bless you, David, like I think my first comment on one of your videos was, "The Lord sent me here," because you
Yeah.
was just like the way you were guiding people through this, and like I'm like, wow, this guy is really giving back. I don't know.
It's been a
Oh,
great journey. It's been a great journey, Miguel. I've had a lot of businesses that didn't do as well of some of the business that I have going on right now. And I've been to points where it's like, David, just go work a corporate job and get the benefits and just live life, at a steady pace. A big part of me, uh, that entrepreneurship has never died down, man. And so I'm always looking for ways to expand my creativity and just where I'm at in life. If I feel like I can't get up in the morning feeling excited, then I know that there's something going on and I need to take a step back and say, like, why am I not excited about life? So when you start having this vision and then you become infatuated with this vision and this goal, then all of a sudden this excitement starts stirring up. And all you could do is think about this idea that the universe put in your mind, and now you have to execute on that idea. So because now you're going to become a creator and you're constantly creating that to manifest into reality, that is, it gives you that boost. You're constantly thinking of the business, it gives you that creativity, and all of a sudden, like, you guys mentioned, like, it's hard to sleep, and while you're sleeping you're staring at the ceiling thinking, like, what am I going to name the business? And you start thinking, like, I wonder how much I'm going to charge, how much money I'm going to make. Is my wedding going to be is a wedding going to be one of the first of my, it's like, so you're just thinking constantly of the business. And that's what you need to do. You need to focus on all the possible great things that can occur versus being pessimistic and saying, nah, I don't have any business experience. Like, what am I even thinking? See, that's what my client was doing a lot today. She was thinking worst case scenario. So I told her, why don't you start thinking of what are the greatest possible things that can occur so that you can tune into that station and get ideas and let the universe or God direct you versus you standing in the way of your own success.
couldn't have been said better.
So focus on the positive, focus on creating, and when you start going through small hardships here and there, that's the workout that you need to become an experienced business owner.
So
Let me ask you, are you still using TouchPix?
I'm still using TouchPix, man. I'm still using
Um,
TouchPix. I've seen Luma Booth and other, but what I'm doing now is I'm still experimenting. What I did not too long ago is I recorded a video with just my phone on slow motion, and the video came out beautiful, excellent, because it's directly from my phone, and there's no third party app. And then what I did is I opened up that video with the app called Boomerang, which I pay like I think $3 a month for, and I'm able to slow down that video and do the boomerang effect. So I'm experimenting because there has to be an alternative. TouchPix has issues here and there, and I think it's because a lot of people are jumping onto the platform, and maybe TouchPix didn't anticipate the volume of activity on their servers, and that might be a reason why sometimes there's latencies and little bugs. But yeah, to answer your question, I'm still using TouchPix for now.
Okay. See, I haven't dove into learning it yet because that was a question that I, wanted to ask from you because I started to see in further videos that there were possible other options, and I didn't want to learn one particular thing and then find out that you switch to the next thing because it's better, and then I learn it all over again. So I barely dove into TouchPix
Yeah,
other
so
than watching videos.
whatever happens in the future, Miguel, you and I, Jasmine, we need to continue to be resilient and adapt. So if a new program comes out, right, then no matter what, I can't be old school and be like, I'll just stay with this one. Like, we have to be resilient. We have to be flexible. We have to adapt. And we have to look forward towards it, because once, like I said, we look forward towards something, then we tackle it from a different point of view where it's like, hey, if I educate myself with this app, I'm that much ahead of the game. I'm beating my competition because I'm excited to learn new things and grow my business. And that's business growth. Is continually to have that mind of expansion, expansion, grow, grow.
Um, so we had a lot of ideas for marketing, and we're just making our business stand out. Given the competition wasn't too much, we have a couple ideas to add to the beginning of it just to get people familiar and like loving our product. But my question would be, we'll let you know a few ideas we had in mind, but
Okay.
should we go that extra step given the competition? We throw some cold sparks into the play. Like we won the section from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
But we also were talking about,
I saw some like really nice shimmer backdrops that you can go set up and rent on your own
Okay.
at the party. And I was thinking about that is that what you're talking about as an option or an add-on?
Well, we were also thinking about bringing the 360 GoPro into play, depending on the event. Like we would just set it up on a monopod for a half hour and have guests come up to the monopod and speak to the guest of honor, and then put that video onto a flash drive,
a thumb drive, yeah.
Personalize it, give it to them as a gift, and they can either take their phone and do the 360 and go back to their party for a half hour and see what everybody said to them, or if they got VR, they can throw it on and be right back at the party.
Yeah, so you guys are on a great track because you guys mentioned one keyword, and that's personalization. When it comes to any service and you can provide some type of personalization, you guys are really tuned in to what the client wants. And also, you guys add a cherry on top by adding your flair to it when it comes to adding that creativity and then having that outcome. Like, who would have thought of that? Not everyone thinks that way. So it's great that you have these strategies and now just execute on them and then see how it goes. For me, like in the beginning, was I'm going to record people's expression when they see their video rendered. And every time I recorded that, people would be laughing and smiling and joking with their buddy, like, oh my God, look at us. And I was able to capture that and then show it on online. And then it touched people because it's like, it's raw, it's real.
Right.
A lot of 360 booth operators didn't do that. But I thought to myself, why not capture the best part, and that's the reaction to it,
So they're flocking to the booth.
Yeah.
My thing is, I want to capture them flocking to the booth and showing that it's such an awesome add-on to a party. I want to show the behind the scene.
Yeah.
Do it all, guys. Do it all. Like, don't let any of these ideas go to waste. Look at my channel, for example. My channel offers insight as far as how to use software. My channel offers this is the way that I set my equipment. My channel offers this is the kind of production I have, so this is what entails my setup. Look, I'm using this light, I'm using this fog machine. Like, if I didn't run with these ideas and post my creativity online, we wouldn't have not met, right? So
That's true.
I'll continue to run with my ideas, and some ideas are really going to spark interest, and some of my ideas are going to be mediocre because it doesn't provide too much of a solution, or not too many people can really associate to with what I'm posting. So don't sleep on those ideas. Breathe life into them and see what kind of results you guys get. And this is what I mean, guys, by once you start a business, it's all about creativity, and that creativity is what makes you feel alive because you're excited about the idea.
And like so we start with that the whole thumb drive gift. We see it goes well. Should we now kind of take it out the mix and put it onto an add-on?
As an add-on, so for me, guys, when it comes to add-ons, I've always tried to steer away from the add-ons and just simplify everything for the consumer, because what I tell people is this is if someone is going to book with me and in my website they want to check out, or they're looking at my prices and what's included, and after that there's add-ons, remember, guys, that we want to make it easy for the prospect to book, because remember, they have to they're coordinating with DJ, they're coordinating with the bartender, they're coordinating with the flower girl, they're coordinating with so many people. So once they decide, you know what, we still have about $600 left on our budget, what do you think of getting the 360 booth? Yeah, yeah, let's go in 360 booth, 360 photo booth rental, Bristol. And then they go onto your website, and then your website is very, very simple. They understand it. Okay, 2 hours, $600. Hey, look, this is within our budget. But if you have different add-ons, now they're thinking like, should we add it? Is it within? You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
And they put it on the back burner, and then they don't even come back to the website and purchase it.
Yeah,
great point, Jasmine. Great point. So yeah, guys, simplify.
yeah, you had said something in one of your videos that I liked, and it's gonna stick with me forever. The whole analysis paralysis.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
man. Exactly. And remember, we're lazy. We're lazy. We want easy. Like just a click and I'm done. I'm booked. I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting lazier and lazier too. Um, Alibaba, we've never experienced anything, or we've never experienced it. Period.
It's an overwhelming site.
Um,
Okay.
I know you had pointed out something about certain acronyms that we in America wouldn't understand as far as like shipping and stuff like that. Is there anything like that you can guide us towards? Like, because if we go to get shipping and we get PFW and we don't know what it means, and it turns out to be something that whether we spend extra that we didn't want, or takes
Yeah.
long to
So
get here.
yeah, that's actually a really, really good question, because it's now like, okay, David, I'm ready to spend $1,400, a few $100s, and I'm gonna buy from Alibaba, but isn't it high risk? Because it's that's the most important piece of equipment, but how am I backed up? I never bought on Alibaba. I'm buying from overseas, and you're skeptical, right? And that's good. You should be cautious, and you should do your homework, and therefore there should be a good amount of research going into it. Now, because you guys hired me, I can just break it down really fast for you guys, right? So what you want to do is, when you're ordering from Alibaba, first of all, you guys want, let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys, okay? See if I can access Alibaba right now. Is this going to be incognito? Yeah, it's incognito.
Sorry.
Nice. Okay, cool.
PTO. You gonna go part time? No, I'm gonna go. It's a good time.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to orders. Maybe if I can go to orders, I'll have access to. Here we are, orders. Okay. So this is all the stuff that I order from Amazon. I'm sorry, Alibaba. I do order a lot from Amazon, but these are all my orders from Alibaba. I'm gonna look for my purchase that I did back when I first started my. Oh, Jasmine, you said
Yes.
something about the background, right?
Yeah, the shimmer backgrounds.
Look at this. I was about to buy. I was about to spend close to $700 on buying backgrounds. You see right here,
Mhm. Yeah.
and I canceled it. It says order closed. I canceled it because it's gonna get to a point, guys, where you want to make sure you guys are running as efficient as possible. Now, this
Mhm.
would make sense if I had a regular open air booth where we need it as a background for that booth, photo booth. But because we're 360 booth operators, this is only going to show for about a second in the background of the video when
Mhm.
it's spinning. And this thing is bulky. So if you guys start adding more and more equipment, this is a big item to be moving around back and forth. Plus, these things get damaged with time.
Okay.
And that's the reason I didn't move forward with it. So yeah, Jasmine, because earlier you brought up this, something about the backdrop, and that's good
Yeah, my
if you guys get it in the future when you guys expand and maybe add a regular 360, I'm not a regular photo booth to your
yeah,
existing business, and you guys can
yeah,
offer
correct.
both type of booths. Yes, at that point, then yeah, it would be worth investing because it needs to be part of your setup.
Gotcha.
Is my 360 booth? I was also gonna add a white bouncy castle to my business at one point. Where is it at? Here we are. So I'm gonna show you guys my order. Here, view more. Okay, so here's my order.
Look at that. That's tracking.
So you guys can see that it was ordered on late January. Okay, late January, 2000 this year, late January, and then on the this was on the 20th, and then it arrived on the 31st. So it took about 10
Oh,
business days.
look at
Oh,
that
wow.
machine.
And some companies, guys, they have inventory in the USA, so you will get the wholesale pricing, but the shipping will be much faster because they have inventory here in the USA. So so
Is
and
that something we can ask them, or the?
absolutely, and that's another thing I was gonna touch upon, Miguel, but we'll do it now. So when it comes to dealing with any supplier, guys, one, don't be shy to negotiate the price,
Oh, okay.
right? Two, just know that they want to sell their product and you are the consumer, and it's definitely a buyer's market when it comes to the 360 booth right now, because you guys can negotiate a really good deal. Let me see if I can find more information that's relevant to. So ex- uh, shipping method right here, express, and then right here, trade terms. Shipping type is DAP. When the goods arrive at the destination place, you need to unload the goods and do the import custom clearance and pay duty fees, right? So I told them I don't want that. I want it to get delivered straight to my door. And so include everything, all the fees, but I want it shipped directly to my door. I don't want to deal with it being stuck at customs and stuff like that.
Convenience.
So definitely make sure that you guys ask them like, I want it shipped directly to my door. And what else? So see, I paid 1,600, guys, right here.
Mm. Oh,
And
Did you
this is
find a language barrier at all when
no.
ordering
So
overseas?
you'd be surprised, man. It didn't feel like I was, because it's a lot of typing going on, right? So once I actually got on the phone, Cindy right here, she actually called my phone and my phone started ringing, and she got on the phone with me and I was like, wow, this is impressive, and this is the reason why I bought my first booth from Cindy here at this company. She still works for this company, and she's a great person when it comes to having a representative overseas. If you guys want to reach out to her, all of my videos have her information. She's very patient, she's very informative, and I know you guys are going to have several questions. While I have you here on this topic, try to avoid the flight case, man. The flight case is super bulky, and I paid an extra
wait.
$150 for it.
Yeah, I've caught that in some of your videos. So do you use that like a bag or something like that now?
Yeah, yeah, and definitely try to say, hey guys, can you throw in the protective case in there for us? And like I said, negotiate with them, guys. This is a
So
good.
So
what does it mean? And I thought this would be pretty clear cut, but it'll say 1 unit $6.99, 2 units $7.99. Like, what are they? To me, that's one 360 booth, two 360 booths. But I don't think. What does that mean? Do you know?
So when it comes to units, it somewhat confuses you.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is, if you buy, for example, 2 units, you'll get them at a discounted rate, but you have to buy two.
So then it is okay. I see. Okay.
and they incorporate your logo onto it, correct?
That's correct. You'll go ahead
So
and you're gonna go on Canva, and then Jasmine probably will tackle this one. She'll go on Canva and then just come up with like a logo, right? And then just send it to them. And it takes them about 2 days or less to put that logo on your booth, and then they'll send you a video and a picture of your logo on the booth. So that's exciting because now you see your dream come alive. With time, that logo from all the high heels and everyone on there, eventually that logo will get torn. And it's good to, that's why I started focusing on a different area, and that's a 360 magnet top. So it's a magnet that goes on top of your metal booth, and it's made out of more of a durable material. I'm running out of those, and I'm not gonna go ahead and get more inventory on those. That venture for me is over with. It takes a lot of money and effort to start a customization business like that, guys. And I was making a lot of trips, and yeah. But like I said, I wanted to get creative. I thought, well, why not make this design? And I spent a lot of money, but this is what I mean, guys. Just continue to go after these ideas because you never know which one's gonna blow up. So when it comes to Alibaba, Miguel and Jasmine, make sure you guys have a list of questions. And what'll be a good idea is send them all the questions and tell them, guys, please answer our questions in this sequence.
I know we're running out of time. One quick question: is there any events that you decline, and for any particular reason?
So
Like, something you wouldn't do, like maybe a
Yeah.
club or just something that just isn't for you.
that's a great question. No one's ever asked me that question. I had to cancel because the lady wasn't paying me on time, and she had agreed to the contract, and the contract says the payment was paid in full 7 days before the event date, and she kept pushing it back, and then she said I'll get paid this Friday, and guys, we have to stick to the contract as much as we want to be part of their event. But if they themselves can't stick to the contract that they signed, then once you drive out there and you unload and you get set up, now you're in their territory. You're in the comfort of their own home. And if they start acting a certain way, it makes things very uncomfortable, and you guys don't want to put yourselves in that situation. So I ended up canceling. I kept her deposit, and I never heard from her again because I guess they knew that the contract was clear, and that I needed as a business collect the payment ahead of time, and they're already way past due. So that's the only time I canceled uh, an event because I didn't want to show up and say, all right, we're here. Can I please collect the payment before we get set up? Because even that's awkward, showing up and the first thing you ask for is money. So
Yeah.
yeah.
David, how'd you come up with the verbiage for your contracts?
So I hired someone to put this contract for me together. And once they put this contract for me together, then what I started doing is I gave out like 300 copies for free out on YouTube. And then what I ended up doing is I added that digital contract onto my 360 booth website where people can download it for $10. And it gives you a chance to have almost all the verbiage there, Jasmine, but you can also go in there and revise anything that you want.
Did you
So
know? Nice.
so you can make those small changes to that contract. Um, I can show you guys really quick here. We're a little out of time, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you guys anyway.
Thank you.
Let me see here. Cool. Am I even sharing my screen with you guys? Let's see. Here we go. Share. Okay, cool. Let's see. All right, cool. So once you guys download the contract, you guys just open it up with your Google Drive, and then you have access to this contract right here. And this contract right here, say we made an agreement, you know, whatever time, we'll put the time right here. This is one is someone's using this. This isn't the copy I wanted to show you guys. Let me move this out of the way. Here we are. Yeah, so this is my one of my most recent contracts. So provider, my business name right here, my mailing address, my client, their mailing address right here, and then it shows what this consists of, and it's my booth that holds up to 4 people. Event information, event location right here. I'm gonna do 2 events for them in 1 week, so there's 2 lines here and here. Payment information, client shall pay a total of $799 for the rental of the 360 booth for a 4-hour duration. It's an account I have with Amazon that I recently got, so I'm giving Amazon a special deal, a special promo. I should have charged close to $1,000 basically for 4 hours, but because it's at Amazon and we're gonna have an ongoing relationship, I'm giving them a different rate. And it's like I said, you can come in here, Jasmine and Miguel, and you guys can change the verbiage. You guys can change the overage. Any overage and time will be billed at a rate of $200. Yours could be 250. It could be 150. You guys can come in here and just change it, right? And when you guys complete it, well, you guys get all this information. You guys put your information in here. You guys download it as a PDF, send it to your client, and then they'll sign here and date it. And now you keep that document saved, and you guys now have an agreement. And this really helps, guys.
Thank you.
So I got a yes or no question. I know we're out of time. When it comes to music and putting it on there, do you have to factor in copyright?
So what I tell people is I set the expectation, and what I tell them is this: I tell them we can go ahead and add whatever song of preference that you want. However, when you go to upload that video, sites may not show the song in different countries because of the royalties, right? The copyright. I said, however, whatever application you upload your video to, you can select whatever song that you want, because every application, such as TikTok and all those applications, they give you the option to select a song and add a song right there using that platform.
But coming from you to the purchaser is not a problem.
For me,
if you use the Tupac song or something.
No, man, I used Ice Cube. Today was a good day on party back then, and they were able to hear the song in the background. And if they upload it to, for example, let's say Instagram might say like we can't show this song in certain countries, but they can still. What's interesting is they can still go and upload that video and select the song on Instagram, the same exact song, and it'll be fine.
Good to know. Yeah. Thanks a lot, brother.
Yeah, guys.
Hit the ground running.
So right now, explore the website we went over to start your LLC, or have that sit down with your coworker or the individual Miguel, for the LLC. Go ahead and reach out to Alibaba. This is a good time, Alibaba, right now, because they're in China. So right now it's a morning time for them. That's another thing you guys have to consider, that the communication is going to be there. However, the time frame is a little different because we're in different time zones. So factor that in. Get your budget together. I would recommend the 100 centimeter booth because it's a decent size. It's not huge. You can fit it in most vans, and then the 80 centimeters too small. And since you guys are gonna double team and you guys have your son helping as well, the 100 centimeter or the 115 centimeter would be a good choice. As you guys are talking to the suppliers, go over warranty. It should be a minimum of 1 year. If you guys can get a 2-year warranty, even better. Okay. um, and then just start gradually moving forward. And what I mean gradually is, guys, is like move with purpose, not based off pressure. Just take it like one day at a time, but stay proactive towards that vision and that idea, and then watch it come alive. You know.
Can't wait to share our events with you, man.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, it's late. I know it's late on your guys. It's probably midnight where you guys are at. So before we wrap it up, is there anything else that you guys just want to touch on really quick, guys?
Logos and outros. Where do you go to get that?
So there's if you go to, so let me show you guys something. Actually, this is great that you bring this up, because in the future, I feel like you guys are gonna have little questions here and there that had already been answered on my channel, right? And so this is gonna save you guys some time and research. So do this, okay? So once you guys are on the YouTube channel, right? Say you guys are over on my channel. You guys can see my screen?
Mhm.
Hello,
Okay.
friend.
So say you guys are on my channano. Go to this little glass right here. This
Okay.
yeah, and then type in outro, for example, Miguel. I'm gonna type in outro, and then 360 booth. How to make an outro? Get an outro for your 360 booth.
Not on the phone.
This will save you
Yeah.
guys time. Or say, for example, like, okay, now we're up and running. How we get let's get business insurance, right? Type in
Yeah.
business insurance. What did I do? Oh.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but it wasn't. I don't think the option was on my app on my phone anyway. So
Yeah, so business insurance, there's one, two. Yeah, guys, so use this search bar to your advantage. Whenever you guys
Awesome.
have like questions, um, come back to this channel and then use it to your benefit. When you
Yeah, he's
guys are
been
ready,
busy.
go ahead, guys.
Your voice has been in my house the past 3 or 4 days.
voice?
Your voice.
But yeah, because I've been like, if I'm doing something, I'll have you on play. I'm absorbing everything. Like,
So I hear
any
you walking.
second.
I hear you around my house, like down to the basement.
That's hilarious,
Yeah.
guys.
I just want to get all the knowledge I can and like hit this and hit it like a home run with it.
Yeah,
You're
and
really
like
proud.
it takes and guys, this can happen really, really fast. It could happen at a steady pace, or it could happen slow. But point is, you guys are moving forward gradually, and they're just, if you guys feel like this is going to be somewhat of a setback, it's basically a lesson that you guys will learn, and then you guys will graduate from it, and that's when the true real experience is being experienced through your life, through your process. So enjoy the challenges. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't get discouraged. You guys have each other as support. Go ahead and contact me on Instagram when you guys are ready for those videos. I'll send you those videos and some pictures, okay?